Greetings. Greetings to the world, the internet. How's it going, my friends? Oh, I didn't even move my marker on my calendar here. It is officially Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are. Oh, let's see here, man. It's been a night. I say this every night. I love how I always get in and I just like recap my day to you guys. But I did just get back like 25 minutes ago from chauffeuring my kids all over the earth today. So I was like, I gotta get back in time for streaming. So, dang, been crazy. So we get a developer commentary. What's up, John? Absolutely, sir. Hero of Time is here. How come Hero of Time and Princess Zelda have only been in like one or two chats together at the same time? That's kind of crazy. In fact, a lot of our my original crowd in streaming have kind of shifted out, and like a whole new crowd has come in. John's been here since pretty much the beginning, though. But and Hero is pretty early too. But it's just kind of cool to see whole new kind of groups like shuffle in, and we get some oldies once in a while pop in. But Hero Time, John is here. Steve-O, awesome, good to see you, man. Esteemed member Steve-O with his beautiful green name. Excited to see your game. Hello, everyone. I'm excited to play this. I would ask everyone to keep their expectations in check. It's not going to be brain-meltingly amazing or anything. And there's actually a couple reasons for that I'll go into in a minute, but it's going to be exciting. And, of course, our super fan, Jason. What is up, Jason? Good to see you again. Me and Jason ran into each other in Big Sweet C's stream earlier today. He started Silent Hill 2 Remake. So we were both in there checking out what was going on there. It was pretty fun. I'm plugging my controller here. Okay. But new video is out tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested on the channel. It went live yesterday for members, but it's live to the world tomorrow. So hopefully you guys check that out and share it around. We've mentioned the new emojis. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today as far as announcements go. The membership giveaway I've mentioned the last couple streams as well. Keep your eyes peeled for that. That'll be coming soon. Let's get started. I'm going to preface this gameplay as well with a couple things. And I've got my original 3DS here. Not original. It's a new 3DS XL, but this is what I built the game on. So a few people were surprised to hear that, RPG Maker has been around since the 90s. I wasted many a summer just dumping dozens and dozens, like hundreds of hours into RPG Maker on PC, which on PC, the sky's the limit. You can, RPG Maker itself is a tool, basically, for those of you who are unfamiliar. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a game, but it's not really a game. It's more of an application that lets you build. It's a tool that lets you build RPGs. Old school, 16-bit Super Nintendo era looking RPGs with turn-based battles, a little bit like Dragon Quest, where you're first-person view, the monsters are in front of you. And there's no coding involved, but you have to program everything. Like anything that's interactable at all, you have to string together and write the command chain and everything behind the curtain and make it function properly. Basically, the tool just provides you with the assets to make the visuals with. Besides that, you got to make everything. So with the PC being essentially unlimited, because you can bring in stuff that they created and, into third-party programs and alter it and customize things. And you can actually even copy and paste in custom code. So you can literally do anything. But it's very involved. So for years and years and years, I did this until they came out with a 3DS version, which probably goes without saying is pretty restrictive. So it has, limited assets, limited storage space because it's on a cartridge, it's self-contained. It's a 3DS, so there's no third-party apps to run through and customize things in. So people ask me, why did you build your biggest game on the 3DS version and not the PC version? Um, and my answer to that was, well, number one, I was just in love with this machine at the time, and I still am. I love my 3DS. It's one of my favorite systems ever. So I was just in love with it, and I was using it constantly, and I had it with me constantly. So I'm like, it makes sense that I can build a game on this. And secondly, though, I kind of liked the idea of having the restrictions of the 3DS on me so that I wouldn't go 150%, which is something I always do. And I get too ambitious, and then I end up deflating myself because it gets too big for one person to handle. So I kind of liked and intentionally targeted the 3DS version for a game because I liked the fence that it built around me, around my creativity, I should say. But I've got it pulled up here. This is the editor, in case we want to take a look at how some stuff works. But huge shout out. If I don't know if they're in the chat right now or in the stream, but Ember Shadows is a friend of the channel. This is a good story. I know I'm just jabbering on, but this is a relevant story, I promise. A couple more things, then we'll get started. I did not know Citra is in MUVR, John. That is fascinating and makes my brain like go in circles now. That's like too Inception-y, man. Like a game within a game within a game is what that would be, I guess. That's crazy, though. Okay, so once upon a time, RPG Maker Fes comes out. Jason and I were talking about this the other night. Jason in the chat. And I was like, oh, it was pretty recently, but I looked it up. RPG Maker Fes, which is this 3DS version, came out in 2016. 10 years ago almost. 9 years ago. Anyway, I use the 3DS and the DS RPG makers for basically brainstorming for my novels. And by the way, this game we're going to play tonight is the basis for my next fantasy series that I've been working on for a while. Anyway, I built this game over a couple of years, and I posted it to the RPG Maker player servers because other users can download your game and play it. And it quickly became one of the highest rated games on there and one of the highest downloaded games on there. For a while, it was number one. For like a year and a half, it was number one worldwide, downloaded and rated. I was like, dang, this is cool. And then the Nintendo shut down the 3DS servers, and that was the end of that. And I thought, bummer. That's actually why I ended it instead of kept building the game. I just made it a demo and put an ending on it so that it could be played before the servers went down. Flipnote Studio, I have that on my 3DS still. So years pass, right? A couple years pass after the servers go down. What's it been, 2 years now? Year and a half? And this Ember Shallows, friend of the channel, reaches out to me in Discord and he's like, hey, I have your game preserved on PC. Like I guess there's a big RPG Maker community that before the servers died, they grabbed like every game on the server that was like decently rated and they backed it up. So, hey, Joseph, what's going on? Yeah, we're going to play my RPG Maker RPG that I built on the 3DS about 10 years ago. So the end of the story is I built it a long time ago. It was very popular on the servers for a long time, number one rated across the world, which was exciting. Nintendo shut the servers off, and a year and a half ago, this guy named Ember Shallows contacts me and says, hey, they saved your game. This RPG Maker community saved your game file data, and I have it. So he passed it to me, and with his help, I got it to work on Citra, on emulator, which is crazy. So it's like, dude, not only did everybody on the servers like my game when it was live, but they liked it enough to preserve it without me even knowing about it. And it was kind of wild. So Ember, if you're watching this, thank you so much. A massive shout out to Ember Shallows for helping me getting this running on emulator. I was shocked. It's pretty sweet. Mr. Beads, how's everyone's day? What snacks you rocking, Colby? So I had a bunch of food. I took my kids out all night tonight. I got back just in time to stream. And I had a big dinner there. So I only have my trusty gallon of water right here with me. Okay. Let's do this, you guys. 3DS games. So what you're going to see, obviously you've got the dual screens, but you don't really need to see the bottom screen, which is on the right. It's getting cut off a little bit. Let me know how the balance of the sound is. Perfect, John. So anyway, all of that to say, keep your expectations in check. The RPG Maker version of the 3DS version of RPG Maker is not the most robust system. I do like the art style and the graphic engine better than most RPG Makers, I'm not going to lie. I like the character sprites a lot better. It's just very restrictive graphically, and it's very restrictive on what you can do. So I actually had to break... I'm an RPG Maker veteran, I will say that. And I know commands enough. It's not coding, but I know command chains enough to where I can really game the system. And I pushed this game as far as you can, basically. I made 2 custom systems on it. There's side quests galore. What's happening? Oh. It's still using my Ocarina of Time shortcuts that I built. I might have to retoggle my controllers, but... Nice, John. That's awesome. Is the sound okay for everybody before we get started? Am I too loud? Is the game too loud? And for those that missed it, I do have the editor open on my actual 3DS. If we... Audio's peachy. Thanks, John. If we encounter some interesting stuff, maybe I'll open the editor and show you guys some behind-the-scenes thing under the hood of how the game works and how I program certain things, but game's a bit louder. Okay. We'll try that. But I tell you what, some puzzles. There's a few puzzles and mini games I made in here that were insane to program. All right, let's go. I started a game the other day just to make sure it worked. Played 15 minutes. So it's called The Eye of Heaven Final Edition. Basically me saying, hey guys, internet, the servers are shutting down very soon, so this is the end of my game and I'm not making any more. Because people on the community were asking me for a couple years, like, hey, when are you gonna update it next with the next chapter or whatever? And freaking Nintendo, man, shut the servers down. In fact, Ember Shallows, the guy that helped me out in finding this save data, is working on trying to get it to where I can edit it on the PC. Edit the 3DS version on the PC. Anyway, you guys don't care. Let's go. Let's go. We're gonna go from the beginning. Ready? Heroism and villainy are in the eye of the beholder. The truest heart belongs to one who is willing to lay his life down for another. I can't believe we're playing this. This is weird. I gotta say. It's weird seeing it again, because it's been years since I've seen this. In fact, even though I wrote it and programmed it and made the whole thing, I don't remember all of it. I think I'm gonna like... It's kind of like playing through it for the first time for me too, which is weird. Bravo Knuckle, hey, how's it going? What a view, nothing like breathing in the fresh mountain air on a clear morning. Couldn't think of a better way to start another quick cash job. Just me, the mountains, and... Sir Baxley, wait for me! I'm sorry you're moving so quickly, I can't quite keep up. Listen, old man, I told you to leave this to me. You hired me to find your goat, and that's what I intend to do. Cow! Jaxie ain't a goat, she's a cow. Yeah, whatever. I'll get your stray animal back, so stop worrying and leave before you throw your back out swinging around that ridiculous garden hoe. This hoe is my best weapon I got. Old Jaxie is my pride and joy. I have to do all I can to protect her. With all due respect, Mr. Mills, isn't that what you hired me for? The legendary hill troll slayer, you said? Besides, the only thing up here that could draw blood from that goat are the mosquitoes. Cow. Yeah, whatever. These mountains have always been peaceful, but you yourself found a hill troll. I can't stand the thought of poor Jaxie being eaten by some horrid beast like that. That hill troll wandered into these mountains by chance, and I just happened to be there to kill it. It was a 1 in a million chance, alright? So why don't you take your hoe and... Jaxie, there's Jaxie! Huh? This is great already. Thanks, Steve. So, I was still figuring out the engine at this point. It gets better as it goes. Thank the Cloud Maiden. Let's get this over with. The graphics, I remember, were so restrictive. Like, there's so little you can do with it. Right, so, here, cow, here. Oh, Jaxie, I'm so glad you're safe. It's me. Well, isn't this just a tearjerker? Can you get the dumb animal already? This is very, like, old school. Like, very old school. Jaxie! Stay back from my meal, humans. This morsel is mine. Ah! Alright, stay calm. It's just a goblin. I can't handle it. Ah! So much for the garden hoe of justice. Alright, step away from the animal. Never. I found it fair and square. So I intentionally the pro tag is a douche. Yeah, he's got an attitude for sure. His character arc is that he would change over time, though. So I tried to hone the 16-bit era art, like RPG spirit, I guess, with all of the cliches and all the tropes and stuff that were common back then. I tried to kind of make it seem like this was made back then, if that makes sense. Wrong move, buddy. Payback time. Not much available to you at the start as far as techniques go, moves go. Favorite cliche for JRPGs, like for old school RPGs, you mean? Very Dragon Quest-y battle system. Man, I don't know what my favorite cliche would be. I know a lot that drive me crazy, though. Whew. Another gig gone south. Miria's gonna kill me. Well, at least it can't get any worse. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Chapter 1, The Guardian. Ugh, that's gonna leave a mark. I think I remember, now that I'm playing this, I think I remember loosely basing this character on Ryudo from Grandia 2. If anybody's familiar with Grandia 2, that's one of my favorite RPGs. I should stream Grandia 2. That game rocks. What is this place? It seems man-made. Well, it had better be. I certainly won't be climbing out of here, so here's hoping there's an exit somewhere. Gotta get back to Leaf Hollow. There you go. First dungeon. Here we go. So the items and the armor and every single thing that you're looking at on screen was, you had to custom make it from scratch. I had a heyday making the item descriptions as well. An apple a day keeps the sifter away. The sifters are the magic users in this world, which we'll come to find out. Do I have any special skills? I honestly don't remember. Equipment, I've got short sword, a standard but sturdy blade. Armor, thin yet comfortable, protects against light breeze. Defense +2. No accessories. Well, that's not a good sign. Skeleton. Got an apple. Oh yeah, even this save point. So the save points in this game are books. So when you push it, ready? You're ready? You push it, it opens up and goes to the save menu. Even that took a sec to make work right. Or save slot 2. And then the book closes. Nothing is automatic. Everything has to be tailor-made. Not gonna lie, watching this makes me want to pick up RPG Maker again. Dude, bravo, Knuckle, heck yeah. And also, Hero, if you're still in here, I know both of you guys now have mentioned that you have experience with RPG Maker. Tell me about what you made. Omega Star, what's going on? One of our super fans, Omega Star. Technically, Craig Stratton's a super fan, but it's the same guy, I believe. So this is my RPG Maker game, Omega. The Brigandine for PS1. That sounds really familiar. I feel like I have, but I can't picture it right now. And I mean, I could talk RPG Maker all day. I could talk variables and switches and all kinds of programming stuff, but... Whoa. Oh, cutscene, bro. Cutscene. It's about as cutscene-y as it gets as a still picture. Whoever set this place up sure didn't want anyone getting in there. But if that's the way out, that's where I'm headed. There's gotta be a way through. There's 3 puzzles we gotta solve, which activate the bridge. And it's cool because usually when you're making the game, you can go into debug mode and skip battles and walk through walls and stuff so you can test things more efficiently, but I'm just like any other player with this one because this is not the editable data, this is just the game data, so hopefully we don't run into any glitches. But I ran this game through several community tests when I first made it, so we ironed out most of the bugs, I'm pretty sure. $30 gold. Jerky. What does jerky do? Thick, juicy, dried meat. Restores 60 HP. Alright, first puzzle of the game. We got 3 emblems on the wall and a lion head. What's this? It's hardly discernible. When the spearman's aim is true, the sentry will die. Very simple puzzle. He chose down. Very simple puzzle. We've got to rotate these emblems to all face the lion. So what that does is open up the first part of the bridge leading to that door. And if I remember right, I think I made it intentionally so where the first time you level up in this dungeon, which should be soon, you learn your first skill. Ugh. Huh? Something's inside the skull. Got stardust. What is that? The dusty remains of some otherworldly object. Don't sneeze. Nice. Had to use an apple soon. Pretty weak enemies here in the first dungeon. Can't really recall. A friend of mine made a working lottery system. Holy crap. That's cool. I focused on story and battle stuff. Also remember making some really complicated events. Dude, that's awesome. I love that there's somebody in here that speaks RPG Maker. That is so cool. So that, oops. I remember using switches for everything early on, and as soon as I learned variables, that opened up so much. Any kind of puzzle like the lion head film one I just did, or there's a paper rock scissors mini game in this that's all chance based, like legitimately chance based, you know, like a 33% chance of victory with each one, but making each combination of you and the opponent's like choices and stuff was wild. But that's where variables come into play for sure. But as mentioned, I was like 15 or so the games were most likely sucked, but I bet they were epic. I bet they were cooler than you remember. Okay, so this puzzle is a, what you call it? A physical-based one. He who is swift shall pass unhindered. Hold B to dash. So it's a tutorial. It's teaching you how to dash. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. So if you get hit, it bounces you back. Like that. Whoop, whoop. See if I can do it. Ah. No. I'm not patient. I'm not patient. Okay, I'll be patient. I'll do it right. No. Luckily, this doesn't deal damage. It's just that. All right, second part of the bridge is made. Last puzzle. I need to pay attention to the enemy names because I customize all those too and I don't remember them. I remember a lot of things being puns, though. I remember making a lot of puns. A lot of Easter eggs. There's a lot of like references to my own life or to Metallica. You know, like not so much where it breaks the game narrative, but like there's little Easter eggs all over the place, if I remember right. I'll have to see if I can find them all. Don't worry, Bravo, I'm 49, and if I make a game in this, it would suck the butt off the butt. Your game sucked. What's this? I can barely make out the writing. When multiple options are at your call, look no further than the writing on the wall. Mushroom, what does that do? Heal, I'm sure. Soft, juicy fungus, delicious. Restores 20 HP. So this puzzle, when multiple options are at your call, what did it say? When multiple options are at your call, look no further than the writing on the wall. Oh, you'll catch them, Steve. Well, trust me, you'll find it. You'll know them the second you see them. So this puzzle, you got to look at the wall, right? Look no further than the writing on the wall. And the plants, the little grass growing in the rocks here, shows you which switches to push. So it's the middle two. Alright, so that's the end of the first dungeon, pretty much. We got a boss, a cutscene and a boss coming up here, but now the bridge is open. Did I not level up yet and get my skill? I need to fight one more battle. I need to level up before this boss, because I want that skill before I fight the boss. One more battle. I should level up after this fight. Maybe one more. I've been tempted to build an RPG on PC, like an actual good one. I mean, this one's good, but like, really pour my heart and soul into it, but I don't know, man. RPG Maker is so all-consuming, I'm scared, so I haven't touched it. There we go. You learn Spin Slash. So he's a swordsman. Is swordsman his class? What perks does that bring? Yeah, if I remember right, it explains in here. First of all, my special skill, Spin Slash. A quick spin that powers a slash with momentum. I think if we go to status, Baxley is his name. A rogue with a mouth that moves as fast as his sword, age 26. Yeah, here you go. Can wield swords and occasionally counterattacks. That's his perk. Occasionally counterattacks. Which I think he's already done a few times. Well, this is looking promising. I may just be in luck. The water looks clearer too. It seems drinkable. I'd best recover quickly and be on my way. Delicious. HP MP restored. This is a reference to Final Fantasy VI, where they have the recovery springs. I wanted to put those in the game here and there. What the? Cutscene, y'all. Cutscene. A sword? This thing looks ancient. And yet the craftsmanship is flawless. I've never seen anything like it. Well, looks like I got something out of this job after all. Eat your heart out, Mr. Mills, and Jaxie too. This will make a fine new replacement weapon, unless Miria tries to sell it first. It has been long indeed since anyone has set foot in this place. Who said that? I am impressed you made it here. Who are you? Show yourself! Be at ease, I am right here. Show yourself, coward! Don't you see the sword I just picked up? I'm not afraid to use it. You misunderstand. I am here. In your hands. I am the sword. Gah! What the? There's no need to be alarmed, I assure you. Last I checked, a talking inanimate object was reason to be alarmed. We live in a world where mankind can harness the power of Sylph, yet you find this incident odd? Sifters casting magic is one thing. A talking shank of metal is totally different. Wait a minute, I get it. This is a trick. There's a sifter doing this, isn't there? Alright, come on out. Incorrect. We are quite alone. I'm going crazy. Wrong again. All you are hearing and seeing is reality. Tell me, what is your name? Listen, Rusty, I'm not about to get acquainted with a talking sword. If this isn't some sifter spell, then what are you? I am called the Guardian, and although my ability to speak may be perplexing, I could be a great boon to those that would seek my counsel. Well, I don't know about counsel, but you could definitely be a boon to those that seek loads of gold. You intend to sell me for profit, then? I really don't know. I don't know what to make of any of this, but one thing's for sure. Miria is certainly in for a surprise. If you are to take me away from my resting place, you could at least tell me your name. It's Baxley Winters. A pleasure. Now, as my first token of goodwill, I presume you seek a path to the surface. You presume correctly, Rusty. Then observe the gate at the back of this chamber. That will take you where you wish to go. Now we're talking. Hold, another thing. Huh? If you are to take me with you, you will need no other weapon than I. Remember to equip me in favor of your old blade. Equip? Yes, press X to access the menu. From there you can unhand your current weapon and... Yeah, I know how to hold a sword. I forgot, it kind of breaks the fourth wall there a little bit. You got the Guardian. Remember to equip it. That's right. So that's one of the custom systems I made is instead of buying new weapons for your protagonist, you just upgrade. Your sword levels up, basically. The Guardian is your sword the whole game, and he levels up. Wow, from 16 to 22. Heck yeah. An ancient weapon with the mysterious ability to speak. I just recently made 2 new jobs for me and my friend's game project. You're working on a game right now? Bravo, tell me more. It's getting out of hand. Came up with 2 new jobs. Dude, tell me more about this, Bravo. That sounds awesome. Jason, still in the house? Leveling up your gear is a cool idea. Yeah, I wanted to just make it different, you know? And plus, the Guardian is a main character. Your sword's basically a main character in this game, and he's extremely important to the story. So I was like, I gotta have a reason for him to stay with you the whole game, you know? Ha! You were right, Rusty. Free at last. Wait a moment. Now what? Do you hear that? An enemy approaches. Not again. Fear not, my young friend. I will help you destroy them. Comforting. There. Fungus Shroom appeared. So, swordsman's special skills consume HP to use. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Spin Slash. I'm going to use that a couple times and then I'll heal up. Jason, thanks for the $1 super chat, dude. Appreciate it. With the number 3. Dude, thank you so much for that. I appreciate the support, my friend. Uh-oh, I didn't see my HP. Gotta heal up. At least I countered. That was good. I remember, for me, the toughest part about RPG Maker is balancing enemy stats. Balancing enemy stats and combat and stuff is really tough. To make it not too hard, not too easy. Okay, that wasn't too bad. First boss. Got a speed ring. Oh, I just remembered a really funny thing that I added to the game once we get back to town. Now you see my strength. Heh, you weren't too shabby, Rusty, for a talking piece of scrap metal. My powers will only increase as you put me through battle. You will see my full might yet. I like the sound of that. Let's see what the ring does. Whoops. Speed ring. A ring imbued with energy. Speed +2. Whew. Talk about taking the scenic route. Glad to be out of there. Yeah, there's not even a graphic for like a hole. So I mean, there's this square, which is fine, but it's just kind of janky, you know? It has been an unspeakable number of years since the sun shone upon me. Well, there's no time for sightseeing. I need to get back to the T&B on the double. T&B? I'm unfamiliar with this term. Not surprising. It's the name of my employer's business back in Leaf Hollow. Tease, Trade, and Blade. That's so cheesy. Oh, he says it. A little cheesy. I know, but it keeps the gold in the pouch. Onward. We're building it in Tabletop Simulator? I've never heard of that. More work than you'd imagine. Also takes a lot out of your computer. Most likely due to the physics engine it's got on all the time. Wow, that's so cool though, dude. I need to know more. Like, you should... Do you have like a website or like a page like you're working on it on or something? Maybe you can just post some screenshots of it if you're in the Discord. That sounds super cool. 20G. World map, baby. We're on the world map. Let's save it. So I just remembered another system, I guess, that I made for this game. It's not really a system, it's just an extra mechanic in the game, I guess. I wanted to make the world map more interesting, so there's all kinds of hidden random areas that you can't see that you might just run into on the map while you're walking instead of just, you know, you might be walking through grass and just hit a random extra screen that will bring you up and there might be a little puzzle or a little treasure or something. So I think there's one here. Somewhere. Is it up in this forest? Maybe it's down here more. Oh, it's right here, where these 4 trees are. Just little areas with like little hidden treasures. You just kind of have to look for odd-looking features on the world map. 40G, mushroom, jerky. A buzzer appeared. I remember setting the enemy tiles in RPG Maker for the 3DS was really weird. Maybe one day. We're still tinkering with gameplay stuff and some quality of life stuff. Also, everything is currently in Finnish only. Oh, dang. Is English your second language? I'm not going to use an apple yet. Oh, I was going to see when my next level up is. 29. Okay, we're not going to grind that. It's an old man's hut. We'll go there later. It is. Wow, bravo. Your English sounds like perfect on here. Okay. So there are side quests galore in this game. All of my family are voids, but my great-granddad was a sifter. I hope I can use Sylph when I'm older. Magic is just so cool. Oh yeah. I don't know why I did this, but I remember painstakingly going through every bush in the game and making a squish sound if you step in the flowers. Watching this fountain is the most exciting thing to do here in Leaf Hollow. The kingdom of Almanon is so big. I need to leave this village. Welcome to Leaf Hollow. Got some shops. The stump looks particularly rotted. I sure am glad to live in the kingdom of Almanon. From what I hear, the countries in the west, Rutania and Jakaro, are far more dangerous. Our queen, Iona, has done a fine job since her parents died. Some little info dumpy exposition there. Hello, Baxley. Is Miria too busy for you today? You may have been born void, but your swordsmanship makes up for the lack of magic, no? So it's kind of teaching you about magic and non-magic users, I guess. There's an old man that lives in a cottage east of here, part of a long family of trackers, they say. So the trackers is another kind of system, I guess, that I made, which we'll look at later. There aren't very many sifters in Leaf Hollow, but Gallet just south of here houses many. Hi, Baxley. I hope you're thoroughly exploring every nook and cranny of the world around you. Barrels, pots, bushes, you never know what treasures might turn up. I feel like that's a lost art nowadays with RPGs. Like, you used to, back in the Super Nintendo days, you would search everything, right? And they just don't do that anymore, which is sad, because that was always a really fun part of it. Babel, how's it going? Devil's in the details, no? Back in the 16-bit era, people wouldn't be like, wow, do you hear that squish sound when you step on the flowers? It's true. I think she was hitting on you. How can you not? I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hello, Mr. Winters. My husband should be around here somewhere if you were looking for him. He won't get a lick of work done until around here till he knows what became of his precious cow. I think we can go outside and see his cows. Yeah. Except for Jaxie. That one died. Skies of Arcadia had a lot of cool flavored text for things around the environment. I love Skies of Arcadia. There's a large book on the shelf. The Art of Milking by Oh my gosh. That's right. I remember. Anytime you check books in this game, they're puns. They're like dad jokes. The Art of Milking by Out to Pasture. Out to pasture. Out to pasture. So bad. It is weird playing this, like, not remembering some of it. I think the reason you can't search everything is probably so it feels less grindy and a bit more exciting. I know, that's the weird thing, is like, I don't know, John, you're a youngin', so that's interesting that you're like, that is an improvement. But I don't think so. I think it was way more exciting to be able to search stuff. But maybe that's just an old generation person thing. My brother is usually at the pub ranting about our family problems. My dad and uncle are always fighting. Oh yeah, that's a side quest. Let's go to the pub and do the side quest. I'll search this house first, though. Leaf Hollow is peaceful, but don't venture near the forest to the south. Creatures there are dangerous. Of course. It's not an old school RPG till you have somebody say, don't go to the place over here. It's far too dangerous. And I'm going to save the shops until I leave town when the story progresses. Got a stink root. Stink root. A putrid plant that will chase off any drowsiness. Cures sleep status. Cool. Stink root. Hey there, Bax. Here for another drink? Not this time, I'm afraid. Another rock fizz. Fictional drink I made for the game. I forgot about that. Another rock fizz would just make me want to stay for more. Welcome. Would you like a room to recover your strength? Only 10G. I'm going to say yes, because I am low on HP, and I can't remember what the inn... If I did anything else for the inns, does it just recover and that's it? I like that. Little breathing sound. Come again. Okay. Hey there, Bax. Hit. FYI, your breath smells like death. That's it? She had 2 bottles of wine with 1 glass. Someone has a problem. I need to look at that when I go back downstairs. Dude's asleep. Dumbledore, don't go to the woods. You'll die there. Also Dumbledore. Okay, Harry, I need you to go to the woods I just mentioned. Gotta love fiction, right? That's how it works. To quote Monkey Island, talk to death, breath? No thanks. 10G. Man, I'm just loading up on gold. Never been big on turn-based RPGs. Oh, Revolve, what's going on, dude? Great to see you. Revolvo 2. Pokemon is the only series I've played in that genre, but hey, at least I'm understanding some things here. Dude, it's so great to have you here. Alright, Stevel, if I remember, there might be some Metallica books here. There are a few books on the shelf. Ride the Lightning by Kirk Hetfield. I mixed the names up, obviously, on purpose. Wherever I May Roam by Lars Newstead. I wonder why I used Jason Newstead instead of Robert Trujillo. That's funny, though. Those were not subtle. I remember them being way more subtle than that. Youch. You can touch the fire. Youch. Is that doing damage? No. Okay, good. Curse that Kyle. He knows nothing about nothing. Ah, Baxley. Say, a young hand for hire would be really useful right about now. Hear me out, would ya? I guess, or nope. I guess. You realize you're talking to yourself in public, right? I was just trying to crack the case of the Treasure of Leaf Hollow is all. Treasure of Leaf Hollow? Absolutely. You've been in our village for quite some time. I'm surprised you never heard of it. I don't know what it is, but old Kyle is trying to beat me to it. It's my family heirloom, and I'm this close to tracking it down. Does it even count as a family heirloom if you don't even know where or what it is? Technicalities. Tell you what, you help me find the treasure, and I'll let you keep the findings. You want to find a family heirloom only to give it away? What's the catch? Spite, my young friend. It would really send Kyle hopping if I found the treasure and gave it away. What do you say? I'm in or hard pass? We're going to go I'm in. Ha! Brilliant. The clue to its location was handed down to me, but I never understood it. I hid that clue well. All you need to do is fetch it and solve it. Simple. I'm not about to rummage through your long john drawer, alright? Nah, Kyle would find it there. It's hidden where he'd never think to look. In a fish. Got it. Wait, what? The pond just above the inn houses a red fish that contains the clue. It will come to you if you have at least 3 of its favorite food. This is so convoluted. Needle flies. You can find them all over town in the clovers that grow in the grass. The bugs are everywhere, but you only need 3. Let me get this straight. Okay, you want me to search the town's clovers for 3 needle flies to catch a red fish that has a clue to a hidden treasure in its belly. Yup, perfect, right? Yeah, there's nothing psychotic about that at all. Well then, welcome aboard. The treasure is as good as ours. What? It's a monkey's paw. I hope this hasn't been asked, but did you create the assets or is it all stock assets? Yeah, so since I was using the RPG Maker on the 3DS here, they are all stock assets. I didn't build any assets, luckily. When I used to do RPG Maker on the computer, I would go too crazy building all the assets. And it was just, man, it took forever. This had better be worth it. So this is where variables come in handy, right? When you're making a puzzle like this where there's a million different clovers around town and you don't know which ones the player are going to search, you've got to use variables. Here's one of those needle flies. 1. Some of them don't have any. Gotta search. You gotta put in the work. Here's one of those needle flies. 2. 3. That's 3 flies. Time to head for the pond. Out of my way, kid. Alright, you stupid fish. Come get your bugs. Gotcha! There really was something in its mouth. Seriously? The clue is on a soggy piece of paper? I better take it and give it a look over. Got soggy note. So in the menu, soggy note. Above he is cut and rots. Below he hides the treasure. I remember where this is. You go to the old stump over here. This stump looks particularly rotted. Wait a second, it's just like the note from the fish said. Above it is cut and rots, below is the treasure. This is definitely it. Guess I won't be needing this anymore. Discarded soggy note. Let me just cut it the rest of the way then. By all means, chopping wood with an average sword would be unwise, but I am no average sword. Right. Secret dungeon. Unity remake when? Dude, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Brandon G's in the house with the cactar. Cactar in tow. You guys, those custom emojis are there for you to use. I need a $10 Switch gift card, says Hero Time. 10, dude. We don't give away $10 gift cards. We give away 20. Cue Zelda secret music, exactly. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. You got Game Boy. I forgot about this. So in each town, there's a Nintendo console that you can get. There's one major puzzle in each town that hides a video game system that you can give to a special character later in the game for like extra treasure. It's like he's like a relic hunter. Because in the menu here it says Game Boy, a strange piece of ancient technology. Surely it must have a purpose. Got Titan Potion, that's new. A mighty concoction that recovers all HP. Drink responsibly. Titan Potion, 30G. I don't think I've ever played this game. This looks interesting. So Brandon G, this is a game that I built on RPG Maker about 10 years ago. And we got working on emulator thanks to channel friend Ember Shallows is their name. So this game was built and then lost to time essentially when Nintendo shut the servers down. Come to find out, RPG Maker community had preserved my game. I guess because they liked it. So that was cool to find out. And now we're playing it again. Got it working on emulator. Yeah, it's like an old school 16-bit RPG. You got it! I knew you could. I stay true to my word. Take all of it. Maybe now my brother and I can get ourselves back to normal again. Now I gotta go talk to the brother and see what he has to say. I feel like I made him get mad or something, since... We'll see what he says. So you found our family treasure, eh? And my brother's just letting you keep it. Sorry, deal's a deal. Oh, that's it, I guess. How do you get the Fes games? So RPG Maker Fes is the 3DS version. I don't think that's what you're asking, though. Somebody ripped the data off of the servers somehow before Nintendo shut down their 3DS online servers. I don't really know how, to be quite honest, but they got it. If I made this, I'd be putting it everywhere. Jason! Gifting 1 Imaginator membership. Dude! No way, and it went to Tucker, who's one of my best buddies. He's gonna be stoked. Jason, you are the man, my friend. There it is. Jason! Can't thank you enough, my dude. Guys, Jason was helping me out with something else last night, too. Jason is the man. He's just here to support, make everybody's life better. Dude, thanks, Jason. So something interesting. Let me show this to you guys real quick. Let me pull out my 3DS. You're probably not going to be able to see this well because it's on the 3DS, but like... Leaf Hollow is the town we're in, right? Because the 3DS had limited slots for like dungeon maps, what I would do is I would open up one dungeon map for the entire town, and it would be the biggest size possible, and I'd fill it with black dead space, and then I would make each like house we're going in, like each little screen of the house that we go inside, just all like a checkerboard on the same map. So when you warp, like when I go into a doorway and you're warping into the house, and it's teleporting the player into the house, you're really just warping on the same map to different spots. So you can see maybe a little bit. The entire town is just laid out on one map like this. So all those little dots are the different houses, if that makes sense. It's really weird. And that big bright one in the corner is the actual town map that I'm on right now. So anyway, very restrictive software I was working with. All right, let's continue the story. Tease, Trade, and Blade. Used goods and hands for hire. There's one more side quest we'll do before we leave town. So just like Zelda 1. Yeah, kinda. Drop a like. I'm gonna call for people to drop a line for this awesome game and host. Dude! They would have downloaded it to their console and dumped it from the SD, you know. Yeah, that's exactly what they did, John. And correct, I do refuse to mod my 3DS. Although the guy that hooked me up with my file here is convincing me pretty quick to do it. Yeah, Jason, I know Tucker in person. Tucker, there he is! He just dropped in. Is that coincidence? So Tucker, if you notice, you have a beautiful, esteemed green name now, because Jason in the chat gifted you a membership because he's a freaking baller. Tucker dropping the Tonberry emojis. I love it. I love it. But yeah, so Jason, do you know Tucker? That would be wild if you knew him somehow, or did you just meet through here? But Tucker's like, dude, he's one of the coolest people I know, seriously. I met him through work here in Utah. Ah, Baxley, you have returned. Hey there, Gran. How's shop? Just fine, dear. We've had several customers already this morning. That haul of flintstone we brought in is going fast. Well, that's good. At least one of our investments are paying off. This morning's job was a bust. Oh? Baxley, you're back. Hey, Miria. What took you so long? I was beginning to worry you had finally met your match in Mr. Mill's cow. Well, you're not entirely wrong. Oh no, what happened? We got jumped by a goblin. And the cow? Toast. So we can kiss that 50 gold goodbye. It was a waste of my time from the start, I say. Technically, that isn't true. According to this contract here, he is still required to pay a non-refundable 30 gold. Gran? Nice! That softens the blow a little. Are you sure that's necessary? It's business. That's how it goes sometimes. Your granddad used to drive a hard bargain too, Miria, but he was always fair. That's how the T&B has survived all these years. Don't worry, Miria. I know even after the time you've been living here helping out, you still don't like the red tape that comes with the trade. I'll handle it. I'm more of a death and taxes kind of guy anyway. Thanks, Baxley. I suppose we'd better get something from this job. Oh yeah, about that. Wow, where'd you get that? Some weird cave in the mountains. It's beautiful and looks very old. You can't put a price on something like this. I can. Don't adore it too much. There is one drawback to the thing. It is truly a pleasure to meet all of you. I am known as the Guardian. Did that? Yup, the blasted sword talks. My sincerest apologies, madams, for alarming you. I realize now it must come as quite a shock. A shock? It's absolutely incredible. Yes, astounding. Not sure how it works, but it's no sifter spell controlling it. Anyway, I imagine Rusty here would fetch a nice price on the market. Are you joking? You can't sell, Mr. Guardian. I was afraid you'd say that. Formalities are not necessary, miss, I assure you. Alright, so what do you suggest we do with it then? Well, you'll have to keep it, obviously. Ugh. As long as it keeps its mouth shut. It did prove pretty useful in battle. I don't have a mouth. I rest my case. Don't push your luck, Rusty. Well then, I guess I should be off to the Mills farm to collect. Sounds good. Let me know when you've got the payment so I can log it in the books. Roger that. Save it real quick. Gotta search all the barrels and things. Thank you for all you do around here for us, dear. I know Miria appreciates it as well. Have you talked to Mr. Mills yet? The clock is missing parts and doesn't work. Gran's personal things, the little she has. Aw. I gotta get caught up on chat here. Some of my favorite books. Swordplay and Footwork by Watcher Step. So dumb. Swordplay and Footwork by Watcher Step. The Blade Master's Mind by Be More Zen. Be More Zen. Some of my personal writings and studies. Most of these I'd rather not remember. Rock Fizz, my favorite drink. I guess taking one from my stash won't hurt. Bottoms up. Oh, so Rock Fizz is an item. I forgot about that. What does it do? Sharp, fizzy, and delicious. Cures all status ailments. Okay, so it's like an not an elixir. It's like a remedy. I was trying to think of the Final Fantasy equivalent. It's a remedy. Okay. All right, I get caught up on the chat. You are the MVP, says Tucka. You're welcome. Oh, you met him on my live stream. That's cool. Dude, Tucker, you're too nice. Tucker's like the most genuine, awesome guy you'll ever meet. So he deserves this membership. Yeah, and Tucker Hall was helping Colby in the stuff that he needed. I was helping Colby with the stuff. Oh, yeah. Jason was. Harsh. Dude, Tucker getting all the custom emojis in. I love... The Cactuar was a good choice. I love seeing the Cactuars in there. Miria is a mage, right? I think Miria is an alchemist. I think her thing is she mixes potions and stuff. So she can do buffs and healing, if I remember right. I guess we'll find out soon enough. She joins pretty soon. All right, whose spirit is bound to the sword? Dude, Stevel's played some RPGs in his days. He knows. He knows things. He knows things. I will tell you soon, because the game doesn't get far enough to... I blocked out the entire game. I made a treatment from the beginning to the end of the story. But this game doesn't... This game gets about maybe a sixth of the way through the whole story before I had to end it. Guardian speaks like he's about to tip a fedora any minute now. It is so much fun hearing you guys' insights about a thing that I made. It's so trippy. It's so fun. My favorite talking swords from RPGs are Lumina from Brave Fencer Masashi and Aldea the Holy Brand from Journey to Crecia. I don't know the second one, Metal. But the thing, I remember renting Brave Fencer, and the only reason I really loved that game is because it came with a demo disc for Final Fantasy VIII. That's the reason I rented it, actually. Is the gifted membership redeemed to a random viewer? Yeah, Jason, I actually had to ask that myself. Because I didn't know. The first time somebody gifts, I think my brother, Raziel, that we had on the podcast, I think he gift subbed 5 gift subs, and it literally just goes to random subscribers. So the fact that it hit Tucker is amazing. All right, we're going to Mr. Mills. Baxley shows no mercy, if I remember right. Yeah, Raziel gifted 5, and it went to some random people. Yep. There he is. Sir Baxley, you have returned. So glad to see you. Well, you seem more chipper than last I saw you. Well, I suppose I'm just excited to have this whole runaway Jaxie mess behind me. I'm sure she's excited to finally be back home again. Right about that. So, I have some bad news. Bad news? Yeah, as in the worst news you could get. Jaxie didn't make it. Didn't make it? As in, she died. Died? Yeah, slaughtered. Butchered. Annihilated. You get the idea. Sorry. No, but you're the Hill Troll Slayer. How could you let this happen? Listen, I know my way around a sword, but I'm not the Cloud Maiden. That's the deity in this game. And it happened, let's see, right after you screamed and bolted like a frightened mule. The goblin slashed its throat before I could make a move. There was nothing anyone could have done. Oh, woe is me. You blundering fool. How could the situation get any worse? Oh yeah, glad you mentioned it. 30 gold, please. Non-refundable fee as per the initial contract. Fine. Take it and leave me to my misery. Can do, Mr. Mills. Can do. You got the payment pouch. Oh, this is the sword talking now. See, I wanted to have a face picture, a portrait for the sword, like the hilt or something, but, I mean, it didn't even have that, so I decided to put quotes around the sentences when the sword speaks. Wasn't that a little harsh? Mind your own business, Rusty. Well, I better get this back to Miria. Oh, my Jaxie. You got serious problems, guy. Be gone, you. That's hilarious. That is actually really funny. Is it weird that I'm laughing at my own jokes that I wrote? Don't you be feeling down about what happened. It's better that my husband be without that lousy animal anyhow. Now if he doesn't stop moping and get back to work, it'll be him that goes next. Good wife. Tough wife. Let's bring the pouch back to Miria. Oh, I want to check and see what the description is on the... A pouch containing the 30G from Mr. Mills. Rest in peace, Jaxie. Nice. Let me get caught up on the chat here. Kicked the bucket. Yeah, John, so the fact that it hit Tucker is a miracle. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers, by the way, you guys. This is crazy town. I am so appreciative of every one of you guys. Seriously, I do not take my subscribers, and especially my members, or people that tune in, lightly. Like, that means a lot to me. You guys are amazing. I loved the demo to FF8. The full game, not so much. Oh, Babel. 8's one of my favorite games of all time. But trust me, I get it when people, it's not their favorites. But that demo disc, dude, on the Dalit mission, so cool. Steve-Will, you rock. This is fantastic. Dude, really? You think so? Thanks, man. Woe is me. Shame and scandal in the family. Poor Mr. Mills, says Bravo. I love the name Rusty. Yeah, and he calls him Rusty the rest of the game, by the way. I say good day. Laughing at your own jokes is the most dad thing ever. Hey, I have 3 kids. I'm a level 5 dad, all right? I have the right. I've earned it. Jaxie should come back as an undead secret boss. Bravo! That's a freaking amazing idea, actually. I actually really love that idea. By the way, I have a... Oh yeah, everyone, Jason's chat here. Check it out. By the way, I have good news that I have Final Fantasy IX. He started streaming FF9 the other night, too. I like to add little kind of realistic stuff, like as you notice, there's a customer here now. I remember throughout the game I wanted to add lots of things changing all the time around you so the world felt alive. It wasn't just static NPCs saying the same thing over and over. Every time there's like a big story or plot point, all the NPCs change what they say. Like they react to everything, which I liked. Oh, hello, Baxley dear. This gentleman is purchasing a good lot of our cricket herbs. Add it to the list of things to gather next time you're out. Got it. Let's see, I'll take one of those and one of those. I do not wear socks and sandals with and I barbecue every week. I wish I could barbecue. I am not a good grill guy. Oh, we never searched Miria's room. Miria's drawer is locked. Guys, if anyone here has played a classic Golden Era RPG, you know it is not a real RPG unless a woman's drawer is locked and you get in there later and there's a dicey item that you get. Okay? It's not a real RPG unless this happens. Like Tifa's orthopedic underwear in her drawer in Final Fantasy VII. So you better believe I included that trope in this game as well. You went through my drawer? Bravo knows exactly the reference I'm talking about. And Cloud can be like, yeah, totally. Or he can be like, nah, I'm just kidding. It's not orthopedic for feet. You guys will see what's in there. It's actually a good item. Oh, she reacts. Baxley, what are you looking for? That drawer is private. She reacted to it. That's funny. So that hints that you need to get in there later, I guess. Oh, Baxley, you startled me. Even though you just chewed me out for looking in your drawers. Sorry to break your focus. What were you doing? Just writing a letter to Ma and Pa. I haven't updated them in a while. Think you'll ever go back to your hometown? I'm not sure. As long as Gran can keep the shop up, I'd like to keep helping. I've learned so much since coming here. Business, alchemy, even a little weapon training. Although I was relieved to drop that once you turned up. We've been lucky to have you. We would have had to cut the hands for hire service altogether without your expertise. Grandpa would be proud. Ah, it's nothing. It's you and Gran I should be thankful for. You helped me get back on my feet. Which reminds me, special delivery. Gave payment pouch to Miria. Oh, thank you. How did he take it? He's a grown man. Well, sort of. He'll survive. I think. All right, then. I'll log this away and finish the reports. Great. What's the next job? Strangely, that's all we've got for now, so you get some relax time. Really? No jobs? I hate downtime. Well, I would love to take a walk around town with you or something, but I'm kind of tied up here. I would recommend finishing any errands you have, then hitting the hay early tonight. Gran made your bed for you, you slob. Hey, I had better stuff to do, like chase down a loose cow. Haha, sure. Well, alright then. I'll catch up with you later, Baxley. Get some rest for once. Alright. I guess that does sound nice. I still don't know what to think about this sword of yours. How is that even possible? Alright, so there's one more side quest I can do out in town, I believe. And then we'll go sleep in the bed in my room, which will progress the story. Yeah, John, I love Mario RPG. In fact, I beat the remake last year? Yeah, last year I beat the Switch remake, which I loved. It's fantastic. Colby, are you going to church this coming Sunday? Oh, that's not rude, dude. I'm an open book. You know that. Yeah, I go to church every Sunday. Sundays are my... I never work my full-time job on Sunday. It's my go to church and hang out with my family and my kids day. That's what I do all day on Sundays. Every day, my entire life. One of these shops has a side quest in it, I think. The bottles are lined nicely on display. Huh, overpriced. The greens are starting to get old. Here to stock up. Apple, mushroom, melon bread, stink root. I can sell stuff. So I seem to be encountering a controller glitch. I can't go down. I can't. And this isn't the game itself. It's the way I've set up my controller on emulator. So I might need to modify that here real quick. Thank you. Oh, I'm thinking of a different town. I'm thinking of the next town side quest. Pretty but non-functional armor. Various short swords and stabs line the box. Welcome. Why won't it let me move down? That's so weird. Oh, left and right can move to the top and bottom at least. A standard shield made of wood. Not very strong, but it looks nice. Defense +2. I do need one of those, so we'll buy that. Not very strong, but it looks nice. Item... No, equipment. Whoops. Wooden shield. Yeah, there we go. Got a wooden shield and a speed ring on. Hey there, Baxley. Slay your next hill troll with one of my weapons. It's good for business for both of us. Short sword and a kama. I think Miria needs that when she joins my party. I'm going to wait, though, just in case, so I don't waste money. Breath of Fire 3 has a scene where Ray checks Princess Nina's drawer when he visits her castle for a passport. Oh, I vaguely remember that. I only played that game once when I was a kid. Do you get the reference of Princess Peaches? Yeah, of course I did, John, of course. But do you eat meat on Friday? Dude, I eat meat every day. Every day. Weekends are indeed, by default, for downtime and spending time with family and friends. If my boss wants me to work on Sunday, they better pay up. Yeah, exactly. That's always my condition when I start a new job. I'm like, you know what? I will work anytime you need me, except Sundays. You will never see me on a Sunday. That's my worship day. Okay, let's progress the story. This is actually taking longer than I thought. This is like There's a lot of game here. There's still more, like a ton more here. Whoops, wrong bedroom. At least in the Catholic Church, you shouldn't eat meat on Friday. Oh, yeah. That's true. I don't know much about the Catholic Church, but... Get some shut-eye? Yes. I guess Miria's right. I should get some rest while I have the chance. Just a quick nap should do it. Oh, we got a cutscene. Oh, that's right. I remember this part now. Is it night? I must have needed more rest than I thought. That's right. Now it's all dark. Gran's in her bed. Gran is fast asleep. Does that mean Miria's asleep too? Yep. Miria is sleeping peacefully. It would be best not to disturb her. Haha. Pretty even when she sleeps. Aw, he likes her. I don't know if that's the same for your faith. No, it's not. Meat's not it doesn't matter. I'm curious. Did you pick up names that sounded cool, or do you have a theme? Celtic names, for example, or whatever. Yeah, it was mainly just names that sounded cool, just ones that sounded right. Gran's asleep. It's too dark to see the details on the merchandise. Are you all right? Yeah, I forgot you were there. I guess that's what I get for napping with my sword on. Yeah, I'm all right, but I've got a headache, so don't make it worse. Maybe a quick stroll will help. I remember having to not rebuild, but there was a lot of events to switch off for this nighttime town. All the doors are locked, of course. NPCs are gone. It'd be stupid to wander too far this late. Little cat walking around. Oh, it took over for me. Something seems to be on your mind. Don't worry about it. From the proceedings of the day, I gather you are not from Leaf Hollow. Where do you come from? Why are you so chatty all of a sudden? Is it so odd to be curious of where my new master hails from? Don't call me that, it's weird. I'm from Rutania, the kingdom west across the sea. I know Rutania well. Of course you do. And how did you come to be here in the kingdom of Almanon? Doesn't matter. I left behind a pretty bad life and was given a new one here. This is my home now. I see. Backs? The crickets are a nice touch, yeah. They do get a little grindy by the end of this cutscene because that's the only ambient scene or sound that there was available for nighttime in this game. But I low-key expected that cat to talk. The spirit of Jaxie has possessed it, maybe. Oh, sorry, Miria. I didn't wake you, did I? Yes, I heard you leave, but it's all right. What are you doing out here? Couldn't sleep, so I thought a breath of fresh air would help. It's cold out. You should go back to bed. Nonsense. A little chill wind never hurt anyone. I'm up now anyway. Insistent as ever. Get a little moment here with the protagonists. Wow, would you look at all those stars? They're so beautiful. Yeah. Don't you ever just stare up at them and wonder what's out there? Actually, not really. No? I've never really had the time. Since my parents died, I've been fending for myself. I could only ever keep my eyes on the road ahead and behind. What do you mean behind? Paxley? Wait, what is that? In the sky, do you see that light? Oh yeah. It's getting bigger. Watch out. Bravo. Pumbaa, with you, everything's gas. That's so true. That's totally what this is like. What the was that? It's funny because speaking of like, I made Baxley obviously curse all the time, but I don't curse myself in real life, so it's kind of funny. Just, I don't know, it felt right for the character, but plus I keep my family generally family friendly, so I'm skipping them. But that is kind of ironic, isn't it? Are you alright? I think so. What just happened? I have no idea. The entire sky just lit up and it was like it was broad daylight. Truly fascinating. I'm glad neither of you were hurt. It was just light, I suppose. I thought I was hallucinating for a moment. No, it was definitely real. Well, whatever it was, it happened and there's nothing we can do but wonder. I say we head back inside. That is sound advice. I agree. That was definitely an alien ship. For sure. John, you spoiled the whole game, dude. Aliens. Aliens. You gonna be alright? Yes, I'll be fine, Baxley. Thank you. You should get back to sleep, too. Alright, then. I'll see you in the morning. Good night. First a talking sword, and now this. Whoever said nothing happens in Leaf Hollow? I see I have fallen in with one who never sees a dull moment. You can say that again, Rusty. Ugh, is it morning already? Baxley, you're awake. Sort of. What time is it? It's approaching noon. Seriously? Wow, my sleeping habits are in desperate need of an overhaul. Well, don't fret too much, dear. After what happened last night, I can understand your fatigue. So it wasn't a dream, then. Miria told me all about it. How simply extraordinary. Where is Miria, anyway? Ah, yes. I was supposed to tell you right away. She's waiting for you at the inn. Not long ago, a carrier pigeon, reference to Final Fantasy VI, arrived with a letter for the T&B. A carrier pigeon? Somebody must have paid a pretty penny to get a letter to us that quickly. Indeed. I can't remember the last time a carrier pigeon came to Leaf Hollow. Whatever it is, it must be urgent. You'd better run along and meet Miria. I'm on it. Thanks, Gran. Save it. Dude, I've been playing for an hour and I'm not even out of the first town yet. The sword is a recording device with Rusty giving the aliens all Baxley's data. Dude, you guys are too smart. You're picking up on all the plot twists here. There she is. I see a letter on the table. There you are. I didn't want to wake you, but wasn't sure how much longer I could last. I have some exciting news. Right, Gran told me. A carrier pigeon brought us mail. Ah, phooey, she ruined the surprise. Well, if it makes you feel better, it's no less shocking. Who could possibly have the need to pigeon a letter to the T&B? Why don't you take a look for yourself? All right. To Mr. Baxley Winters, Leaf Hollow, Tease Trading Blade. Your reputation precedes you, Hill Troll Slayer. Your skill and expertise is required for a task of utmost importance. Your presence is hereby requested at the Palace in Parda, capital city of Almanon. Please come as soon as opportunity permits. Sincerest regards, Queen Iona, third ruler of the Druid line. Impressive, right? This letter is from the Queen herself. Can you even believe it? I knew a carrier pigeon meant it was someone important, but royalty? Yeah, not interested. What? What on earth do you mean by that? Your presence is requested at the palace, she says, as if I'll just run to her like some lapdog servant. I hate royalty. I'd rather stick to hill trolls and lost cows. You can't be serious. The Queen of Almanon is summoning you and you plan to just no-show? Have you lost your mind? Let's just say any experience I've had with royal families has been anything but pleasant. I owe nothing to this lady. I can't believe you're saying this, because this could really put the T&B on the map, and you're not even willing to give the time of day. Indeed, this would prove to be a most advantageous business opportunity. A queen would be capable of paying a substantial amount of gold. Who asked you? Listen, Miria, I'm sorry to be difficult, but I swore long ago I'd have nothing to do with kings or queens or anybody on a high horse ever again. Fine. I suppose you can do as you please, then. You're planning on going by yourself, aren't you? Do you even have to ask? I'm no Baxley Winters, but I'm not going to let a chance like this slip me by. It's a long road to Parda, and Blackbark Grove to the south is infested with monsters. True. You may never make it back alive. Yep. Fine. I'll go to Parda. Oh, Baxley, really? She certainly has a gift for persuasion, does she not? You have no idea. Now, Miria, for the record, I'm not doing this for that wench on the throne. I'm doing it for the T&B. I'm doing it for Gran, and I'm doing it for you. And that's it. It's settled then. Let's gear up and be out of here as soon as possible. Next stop, Blackbark Grove. Right. Let's not get ahead of ourselves now. Make sure you've got everything you need from the T&B, and then let's check out the shops. You'll need a weapon at least. Aye, sir. I've dabbled in all kinds of weapons for the T&B. I'll give it my best. Miria Hill joins the party. Thanks, Bravo. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Really appreciate you. Have an awesome breakfast as well. Got Queen's letter. A letter sent from Queen Iona requests Baxley come to Parda. I remember the amount of text you can put in item descriptions was super restrictive, so I had to be very, very concise when I put those descriptions in. What gear does she have? Let's look at all Miria's stuff. No weapon, no armor, no accessory. She has no gear at all. Status. A zealous youth is her... Oh yeah, alchemist is her job. Gentle-hearted and independent, helps run the T&B, age 23. Profession, master of mixtures with a higher chance to evade enemy attacks. Okay. So she has a default of high evasion then. Welcome. Okay, I need to figure out why I can't select down. It's really weird. I'm pretty sure it is how I've toggled the configure, controls, face buttons, direction pad. Uh-huh. I think that's how I think I had it set up right there. Oh, but I think I know why. I know why. If I go to the motion touch controls... Yeah, this is why. I'm gonna have to reconfigure all this for Zelda. Well, I guess I can just delete the one down on the D-pad for now. Okay, let's try that. Because that was toggled to a touchscreen function. There we go! Oh, up. I need to fix up as well. Controls. Motion control. Or, yeah, configure. Okay. The D-pad is back. There we go. Okay, so... Protects against the elements. Pop the collar for extra fashion points. Defense +4. I think we both need one of those. And she could use a wooden shield as well. We don't... Oh, she could have Baxley's short sword? Okay. I'm pretty sure the comma in the shop is better, though. We'll see. Collar cloak. Give her a shield. Baxley needs a new cloak. Yep. Let's sell all the old crap. Sell... cloak. 7 gold, that's all you're gonna give me? Buy. I can't afford the comma. I have 56 gold. I'm gonna have to get some gold from outside, even after all the gold I found. In a Fes game I played once called Beg Your Pardon, a rice ball is described as, well, I mean, it's a donut, right, Brock? That's a Pokemon reference, I'm assuming. Okay, guys, I think this is where we can get into Miria's drawer. That's what this whole stream is for. First, we gotta talk to Gran, though. So the letter was from the Queen, then. Astounding. If you two are off to Parda, then I'll hold down the fort here. Please be safe. We will, Gran. This could be really good for the TMB. Don't worry, I'll look after her. Of course, dear, and take this for the road. It's the 30 gold from Mr. Mills. Oh, nice. Maybe we can afford the weapon then. And take these too. 30 gold, apple times 3. Oh, and one more thing. Take this as well. I forgot about this. Okay, there's a camping system in this game as well. You got camp gear tent. So this is not your typical item tent. For every camp gear you collect, there's certain scenario-based camp scenes in the game, for some extra character development, etc. And the more camp gear special items you have, like a tent and sleeping bags and firewood and all that stuff, the more like stat bonuses you get when you stay the night, when you sleep at your camp. Is I think how it works. I guess it'll tell me maybe. There you go. Camp gear are non-consumable items that the party will use during camp scenes, which grant special bonuses each time. Gather as many as you can during your adventure. Yeah, so like a lot of side quests and stuff will give you more camp gear. Thanks, Gran. We will return as soon as we're able to. Yes, you kids run along now. You may also want to visit the old tracker that lives east of here. He knows these lands backwards and forwards and may have some advice for your travels. Got it. Later, Gran. We go check the drawers. The drawer's unlocked. Got lingerie. You got lingerie. Look at that. Baxley Winters, what do you think you're doing with that? Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Just making sure we have everything we need, I guess. What's that supposed to mean? No, that's not what I mean, not that I wouldn't, or what I mean is... I would advise you walk away from this one while you still can. Good call. I'll pack it anyway. I don't dare look there again. That's hilarious. Such a JRPG trope, right? Gotta have it. You gotta have it in there. Let's save it. I agree with the sword. He was digging himself a deeper and deeper hole. Let's equip it, though. I think it is actually a piece of equipment. I think it's a accessory that only she can wear, obviously. Edgy lingerie that makes the wearer restless. Sleep status resist. Okay. So she cannot be put to sleep because she's restless. That's a very tactful way to put it. That's hilarious. Let's hit up a couple more NPCs because I think they've changed what they say now. He hasn't changed. Did you hear there was some kind of sifter spell placed over our town last night? What could it mean? Nah, girl, it was aliens. Aliens. Jonathan Hargraves, thank you for the sub, my friend. If you're present, thank you. The light in the sky was so bright last night it woke me from my sleep. My son slept right through it. That hasn't changed. We won't talk to everybody. I just wanted to see what a couple people say. That's different, or that's the same. Okay, let's buy Miria her weapon and let's get out of town. Nice. Oh, I can barely afford it by 1 gold. Hope it's worth it. Totally worth it. Brings her attack up by 4. Now we gotta sell the other one. 12 gold. That's respectable. I'm going to guess that is needed to seduce a guard later. Actually, no. It's just an accessory. Oh, hello, Miria. Where are you two off to today? Way to go, Colby. I'm glad that I see that NPCs are reacting to everything, which was what I wanted. Wow, guys, it's like an hour and a half into the stream. Like, there's a lot of games still. There's a lot more than I remembered, so I thought we were just going to blast through this. That first town segment took an hour and a half. By the way, just like in Final Fantasy VIII, there are no encounters if you stay on the road. So if you stay on the road, you'll never run into battles. But we got to go to the old man's hut to the east. And we need to level up Miria a little bit too. Does she have any abilities? She does. Muscle Tonic, a concoction that increases attack power temporarily. And she consumes MP. Okay. So this old man in the hut that we're headed to now is another sort of custom system I made, and I remember it taking quite a bit of programming to do. Baxley's about to level up. So the world map is divided into regions as well, and it's not just a wide open map you can just wander anywhere. There's lots of like extra, I mean, this isn't new, but there's a lot of extra dungeons and stuff like linking different regions of the map together. And every region of the world map has one of these huts in it for a specific reason. So let's check it out and see what explanation it gives. The squishy sound when you step in his garden. There he is. Probably get burned on the fire. Yep. Oh, I forgot. There's a secret room back there. We gotta go outside and get the secret room. If you go in the back of the house here, I think there's a door somewhere. There it is. 30 gold. That's one squishy garden. You know it, dog. Greetings, travelers. All of us trackers welcome those on the road, and from the looks of it, the two of you are on an important mission. That's right. Important's not the word I would use. I suspect you're here for some tracking tips, eh? Here to inquire about HMAs? HMAs? Or nope? Indeed. HMAs are a traveler's best friend. It stands for Hidden Map Area, and the world of Terra is filled with them. Anytime you are traversing the overworld, keep a sharp eye out for particular looking geography. It could be an incline in a mountain range or a gap between trees. If something looks suspicious, go and investigate it. You never know what you could find. Treasure, other travelers, or perhaps nothing. So explore any part of the land that looks out of the ordinary. Got it. What great advice. Thank you. Us trackers know the regions of Terra better than anyone. It can be hard to keep track of how many HMAs you have found, and nearly impossible to know how many there are in the region. That's true. Not to fear, young lady, that's where we trackers make our living. For a small fee, we can tell you how many HMAs there are per region, and how many you've found. I knew there had to be a catch. Oh well, I guess it makes sense. Come by and visit any time you require my services. So this took forever to program. Because now that we've done the initial tutorial or whatever about it, he says, hello again. Would you like to know the number of HMAs in the region or how many you've already found? And you can pick found. Sure, that will be 30 gold, and then you can be like yes or no. All these branches are way more complicated to program than they sound. Forget it. May the Clown Maiden watch over you in your travels. You also have to make alternate branches under the hood if you say yes to the services, but you don't have enough gold in your inventory. He needs to be like, it runs the check, and it says like, you can't afford it right now or whatever. Like, that's a thing too. And it's all, you have to do all of it. None of it is like, what's the word? Like pre-built. None of it is streamlined. You have to code all of it. Not code, you have to program all of it. Oh, his book is a save point. I will not pay for that because I know where all of them are. I think I can remember where all of them are. Hey, Bravo, you're back. So we just visited the old man's hut. He is a side gimmick to the game where every region of the world map has hidden areas with possible treasures, other travelers you can meet. And you can pay these these tracker guys in their huts. You can pay them to tell you how many hidden areas there are per region and how many you've found. But I'm not going to pay him because I can remember where all of them are. We're going to save some money. But we stocked up in town and we left. I think this is one area down here. Yeah. Little beach. What is this? It must have washed up from the sea. There's something inside of it. Letter in a bottle. It's not a classic RPG unless you have a letter in a bottle somewhere. A letter? It's sealed, but says something on the front. Please deliver to Jairus of Parda. Huh. Guess I'll hang on to it. Got bottled note. Chosen One protagonists are great when they land. Thanks, Bravo. And Metal, so yeah, one of the ideas in this game that we get into a little bit before the end, but one of the concepts is Baxley is not a Chosen One. There's actually, we'll actually meet them in the game later, but there is another party, like your typical hero party, that's like the main heroes of this world that are going to like go fight the big bad. And they end up losing. They end up like losing halfway through the game. And so Baxley is kind of a nobody. He's not a chosen one. He's not a special in any way. And he kind of, one of the themes is he kind of has to rise up to this thing, because obviously he's self-centered. He's kind of a douche, like I think Bravo said at the beginning. But by the end, he kind of has to learn, like, you know what? There are bigger things than me, and I need to forgive some of the things that have hurt me in the past, and I need to get over some stuff and put other things before myself. Dude, Bravo, you're making me excited. So, quick tangent, you guys. Bravo, I'm glad you said that. So, for those of you who do not know, I am an author. I'm a published author, have been for 15 years. I write mainly fantasy. I have a fantasy trilogy called The Eyes of Fate. Now, the reason I bring this up, I promise it's relevant. It's not just self-promoting, I promise. I'm going to bring up my website. So, once upon a time, RPG Maker 2000 on the PC, I built a little game demo for it. It was probably 20 minutes long, like way less than this. And let me just zoom out my screen here. I built that game and I thought, you know what? I like this idea for this story I've like blocked out. And I ended up turning it into my novels. So that little RPG that I made ended up being my first trilogy of books, which are these right here. The Eyes of Fate, Book 1, Book 2, Book 3. So if you come up on my website to books, there's all the books I have. And you go down to this one at the very bottom. It's called The Green Tower. This book series is my next fantasy series. I'm about halfway through first draft on book 1. This book is based on this game that we're playing right now. So this is not something I planned. I don't make RPGs to like start books. It just so happened to happen that way. I mean, maybe on a subconscious level, that's how I think. And so maybe that's what happened twice. But The Green Tower here is one of my new books. It's going to be my next series. I honestly haven't worked on it for a while. I've been too busy with the other side of writing. I've been teaching at conferences and doing book signings for my other stuff, and working a full-time job and doing this YouTube channel and having my family. There's just too much to do. I teach martial arts on the side as well. My writing new material has fallen on the back burner, which I hate. But this game we're playing right now, which is, very RPG, very cheesy, very, whatever, I kind of re-blocked it out as a serious, like, kind of dark-toned fantasy book. And I love it. Like, honestly, I really like what it's become in the outline. I revamped, obviously, the magic system in a game doesn't translate to a book. Side quests in a game don't translate to a book. So I really had to start from scratch, but it does follow the same story. And it's not a side story. It's this exact story we're playing through. Just a lot more robust, a lot more fleshed out. So I'm really excited for what I've come up with it. It only exists in, like I said, first draft form right now, but hopefully one day I can finish it. So glad you asked, Metal, that you're saying, hey, you should finish this. That makes me feel good. I appreciate that. I really do like the game I made. It's really enjoyable, but we don't live in a world where we kind of do live in a world where I can just build a game by myself, but my truest wish is that I could build a PS1 era RPG with pre-rendered backgrounds, 3D character models, a custom battle system, all that good stuff, but I can't just go do that. So books is the way I can make that happen, if that makes sense. Dude, Metal, thank you so much. Sounds like you need an employee. Dude, John, you're not kidding. Like, you're right on the money. I need a secretary, dude. Okay, so here's another custom system I made in this game. Yes, John, one day we're going to make that too. Bravo, you're preaching the truth, man. That's how I feel. So these Cloud Maiden statues, I guess I'll just play and let them explain it. Wow, look, Baxley. A Cloud Maiden statue. It's so beautiful, don't you think? Sure. We are so lucky to have found it. Should we offer a prayer? A prayer? Why would I do that? Don't you know? Offering a prayer to any Cloud Maiden statue will grant divine protection from monsters for a limited time. Seriously? That would have come in handy the last 25 years of my life. I can't believe you never knew that. I offer prayers any chance I get to ward away trouble. If I may interject, remember it is through battle that you grow stronger. Be wary not to abuse the Maiden's divine protection, lest you cripple your own progression and fall to even the weakest monsters. Good point, Rusty. I guess there's a fine line there. We'll have to be smart about it. So what will you do? Approach the statue if you want to offer a prayer. So that's the system, right? You find these statues and you can alter random encounters. And bravo, you nailed it. It's like, but you got to do that grind too. So offer a prayer. Oh, I forgot to switch my view back. There we go. May the light protect and watch over you. So now it gives you a 1-minute timer in the corner where you don't have random battles. So we are going to fly through and get a bunch of treasure just because I know where it is. so we don't have to waste time. We'll go back and look at that sign here in just a sec. Typically, this is probably not how one would play through this because I just know where the treasure is and I want to race and get it before the time runs out. Yeah, one in the log. There's one up here, yeah. 15G. Sylph Vial. Sylph Vial, what does that do? How do I sort? There we go. Sylph Vial, a bitter drink that renews inner strength, restores 10 MP. Okay, that's my ether. In Lunar, Athena's statue heals the party. In Breath of Fire 2, Layden's dragon bust saves your progress. What shall my story's deity statue do? That's a good question, Metal. Yeah, John, just let me know. That's exciting. Huh, I don't remember this being here before. What does it say? Wow, it's written really poorly. No kidding. For a second, I thought it was simply the scratches of a forest creature. Get out of our forest. If you don't, you'll pay the price. Heed our warning. Wow, it's too intelligent for a creature to have written this, but also too terrible for a human with half a brain. Maybe it was a child. Oh well, let's keep moving. Cloud Maiden's protection wore off. Alright, we'll walk the rest of the way, with battles on. Coiler. Oh crap, I forgot to stop at the inn before I left town. Don't kill me. Wait. Baxley, you attack. Miria, you use an apple on yourself. I need a healer in my party. There we go. Miria leveled up. You learned Health Tonic. There you go. I thought there was a healer by this point. Man, it's stream time's over. That's wild. In our game, there's an event with an ancient idol. It allows the player to draw one summon without cost. The healing and whatnot happens through inns and other events. Dude, that sounds so cool. Bravo, I want to see your game somehow. We're kind of at the end of stream, you guys. There's a save up here in a little minute, so we'll kind of maybe stop there. There's a little teacup on the ground. Another one. This is our bridge. If you want to pass, you have to pay the toll. 500 gold. We are busy though, so please leave it in the cup. Alright, now this is just sad. I almost want to leave something just to help the poor people. Come on, let's go. Is there gold in there? Nope. I need a recap. You made this game? Yeah, Tucker, I built this game. Gosh, about 9 years ago, I think is when I did the math. I started building it 9 years ago. And built it just slowly and steadily over about 4 or 5 years. But everything in it, outside of the graphics, those are all pre-made. But everything in it, programming, the dialogue, everything that's interactable at all, I had to program by hand, and it took years. Years. See if I can take one of these guys out with my special attack. Health Tonic. A swig of this herbal mixture will restore a small amount of HP. That uses 3 MP though. Holy cow. Almost killed him in one hit. Ow. Dude, I'm glad I bought that shield for her. Holy cow. These guys are tough. If I remember right, if once they level up... Oops, I did the wrong thing. I did the wrong move on her, dang it. If I remember right, once both of them level up again, their defenses should be a lot better against these enemies. Nice. No, Tucker, so, and thanks, by the way. So there's like 50 or 60 pre-made characters that you can pick from. And you can change their hair and their facial expressions and their color scheme and all that, but all the assets that you build with are pre-made. But everything else isn't. You literally have to, piece by piece, tile by tile, draw on these environments. So I had to build all these environments by hand as well. Whoops. Forest exit. Whoever camped here didn't leave anything behind. Hold on a second, what's that? Good eye, looks like a small note. Here's what it says. I was attacked by the creature roaming these woods. I am a goner, but I hid my 2 treasures. The finder of this note may have them. One I hid in a nearby log. The other I sent downstream from here. Search the banks. A creature that roams these woods? I wouldn't worry too much about it. Who knows how old this note is? I wonder if the stuff he mentioned is still around. It's like geocaching! They're geocaching! It is not that log. I remember the log is further up here. Dude, thanks, Tucker. I appreciate it. Metal's out for the night. Thanks, Metal, for tuning in. We're going to be done in about 15 minutes. There's a save coming up here. Appreciate you, though. Let's get the log one first. It's this log up here, I think. I'm glad I'm running into these coilers and not the plant guys, because these are easy to kill and get me experience. How close are we to gaining a level? Oh, we're actually not that close. Aha! What have we here? Stardust. If we go back downstream, there's now an item on the bank. Ooh, a necklace. What do you think would be the best time period for a point and click? Ah, man, good question. I kind of like medieval fantasy just because that's my jam. Hey, this must be the treasure our mystery martyr sent downstream. Got heart pendant. What's it do? Both of us already have 2 accessories, though. A gold necklace with a glittering pendant. Max HP plus 10. Heck yeah. I'm going to keep that on. And the lingerie on. She's wearing a lingerie and a heart pendant. That's what she's wearing. I assume under her clothing. Because I'm pretty sure the boss coming up does sleep attacks. So I'm concerned about leaving her defenseless without that shield, but we'll see what happens. Good night, Metal. Good night, Tucker. That's hot. Right? Heal, that's what I meant to do before. I'll wait one more turn before I use heal. I gotta ration my MP here. Oh, come on. 1 HP left. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, it's time to heal up. Nice counter. We're getting stronger. We're getting stronger. It was, like I said before, it was a nightmare to balance enemy and character like weapons and stats and enemy like HP and their power levels. It was so hard to get a good balance. That's her last health tonic before she's out of MP. I have to start digging into my items after this. Stop! I think I've said I don't care what time period as long as it's reference stuff. As I get to reference stuff, yeah. I don't really care either. I mean, Broken Sword is in modern day. King's Quest is medieval fantasy, and Space Quest is sci-fi. So I've got point and click games that I love from all genres, from all time periods. Dude, the encounters here are crazy. Can I run? Oh, good, we can run. Okay, the save point is just ahead. I'll fight the snakes. They're fodder. They're experience fodder. Yeah, Miria leveled up. I gotta beef up because there's a boss coming up. I think there's more treasure. Yeah. Nice. Got another sylph vial. And I believe... I swear there's a secret down here somewhere. Oh, there we go. That's actually pretty well hidden. Melon bread. That's a reference to when I lived in Japan. So in Japan, they have at gas stations and stuff, they have pan everywhere. Like bread is like their snacks that they have everywhere. Oh, these flowers don't squish. But melon bread is one of my favorite snacks over there in Japan. It's so good. So this says, a sweet bread with a pleasantly crunchy crust restores 40 HP. Cloud feather. Said to be a feather of the Cloud Maiden, revives a fallen ally. So there's your Phoenix down. Oh, I just got another comma. How do I get that treasure box? I can't remember. But these fly traps keep coming. Yeah, I think every map should have one rare, stronger than usual enemy besides the boss. Yeah, I like that philosophy. That's cool. And of course, I'm gonna run from these. RPG Maker Fes, the 3DS version, had a very limited number of enemies, how do you say this, of enemy types that you could do per map, which is stupid. But I really do like this game a lot. I should remake it like on a better engine. That would be super fun. The save point is literally like 10 steps ahead, so I'm gonna kill these guys for good measure before we heal up. And we'll save it right before the boss. By the way, we're about to meet the characters that wrote those signs, and they're absolutely based on Jesse and James from Pokemon. You'll see. John, I forgot about this. I'm pretty sure... Oh, this is going to be hilarious. I'm pretty sure those characters I just mentioned, I think I wrote them as Australian, like their dialect, and I'm sure it's horrible. You look tired, Miria. You doing all right? I'm a little tired, but I'll be fine. No need to push yourself too hard. The Queen can wait. It looks like there's a nice clearing up ahead. I say we set up camp there for the night. All right, let's get to it. So here's your first camp scene. There's the tent Gran gave us. Whew. Did you get enough to eat? No, John, don't critique it. Don't critique it. It might have been more like New Zealander. I don't really know. I don't remember, but I remember they had a dialect kind of like that. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it reads. Did you get enough to eat? Yep, I'm stuffed. Good. We'd better turn in soon then. It's still a long way to Parta. Right. I'm hoping I can sleep in this creepy place. Don't sweat it. I'll be on watch tonight. There's nothing in here Rusty and I couldn't handle. But you need your rest too, are you sure? Indeed, it is a gentleman's duty to watch over the camp. You rest well, Miss Miria, and I do not sleep, so I can ensure Mr. Baxley stays alert. Save me the lecture, or I'll snap you in two. By the way, Baxley, I've been thinking about that light we saw last night. Do you think it was a sign? Sign? What do you mean? I don't know, like a sign from the Cloud Maiden or something. Do you think maybe it has to do with us? I don't see why it would. There are a lot of things out there we'll never know. Maybe it was nothing. I don't know. With me coming to the T&B and then finding you on the shore, then the light and the Queen's letter, it just feels like my life has been building towards something. That something new is on the horizon. You have a keen sense of awareness, Miss Miria. Your thoughts bear wisdom beyond your years. Well, I'm not very superstitious or anything, but you're right about one thing. Your life will be part of something grand. You saved my life, and you have a special something that has kept me going these past few years. I will always be grateful for that. Thanks, Baxley. Well then, I'll get cleaned up, and I'll get cleaned up out here. You go ahead and get some rest. All right then, if you insist. Oh, and Baxley? Yeah? Thank you for coming with me to Parta. Don't mention it. I'll see you in the morning. A remarkable young woman. And you have known one another for a number of years now? I see the trust between the two of you is strong, as is your care for one another. Yes, I guess it is. Hey, what is this, a therapy session? No need to be embarrassed by your feelings for her. I'm simply stating what I observe. I'm not embarrassed. Let's just clean up camp in silence, all right? Camp gear tent bonus, HP MP restored, and all status ailments healed. So this is your default camp gear, right? But the more you get, the more special they become. Yeah. Marin from Link's Awakening, good call. Yeah, that's true, that's true. No, it was not a sign. Signs are usually made of wood. Crikey, throw some shrimp on the barbie. The characters in question, probably. Why not? How else can you improve? Let's move. So camp's cleared out. We're going to save it. I don't know. What do you guys think? We're past time. I usually end about now. Should we go fight the boss and meet the characters real quick? Which will take another 10 minutes or so, because then we hit the world map again. Or should we call it a night? Let me get a swig of my water. We still got 14 people in this stream. You guys are freaking amazing. Oh, tomorrow's Saturday, finally. I mean, it is the weekend. Tucker for the win. Let's meet these characters. All right, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Just looking at my 3DS, we're about, well, that's not accurate. I was going to say we're about halfway through the dungeon count, which is true, but that doesn't mean we're halfway through the game yet. All right, Bravo. You guys are awesome. Let's do it. It's not long. Might as well. We're here. See if the boss destroys me or not. Hey, there you go, John. Hold it right there, mate. It's Jesse and James. And what do we have here? A nice little couple of travelers, eh? It's not really Australian, I guess. It's just foreign somehow. It's just vaguely foreign, I guess. Nice hair, guy. Forget to spruce up before you left the cave this morning? And he's got a mouth on him, too. Oi, sis. Oi, brother. Have we got some more chumps wanting to cross our bridge? You got it, sis. Now pay up. It's only gonna cost you 300 gold, and that's a steal a deal, mate. That's a steal o' a deal, mate. That's Australian, okay. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. What? Sounds like this bloke ain't... A bloke is British, though, right? Sounds like this bloke ain't taking you seriously, brother. So that's how it's gonna be, eh? Well, in that case, I've got a dagger with your name on it, mate. Trust me, pal, that's a bad idea. Maybe I'll give your hair a trim while I'm at it. The scalp may have to come off with it, though. Yeah. Please don't fight. These woods are under protection of the Kingdom of Almanon. It has free passage for anyone that wishes to travel it. Oh, yeah. More English, but Australian. Oh, yeah, so that's the same... Is that the same meaning? Really? What's with you? Why is he staring at me like that? Instantly in love. There you go. Crikey. He said it. He said crikey. He said crikey. Yeah, that's what I thought, John. Okay. Crikey. You're a beautiful one, though, ain't ya? What? Don't you go falling again for some random lass. See, lass is Scottish. For some random lass, brother. But now that you mention it, he's quite the looker too, ain't he? Is it just me, or did this just get really weird really fast? What is even happening right now? I know we just met and all, but... Will you marry me? What? Ew. Alright, enough. Wipe that stupid grin off your face, buckwheat. We're coming through, so clear off. There's your trope. Look behind you, dude. Fine, if that's how it's gonna be, then I'll just have to take your gold by force. Hey, watch out behind. As much as it pains us, brother, we must cast aside our love and rob them for all they're worth. Flattered, but, prepare for... Yipes! Yeah! Remember the name of Bandit Keel and Claudia. That's their names. Keel and Claudia. Run away, brother! Wait for me, sis. Keel, there's your Pokemon reference. Keel and Claudia will be back. What do they say in Pokemon again when Jesse and James get knocked into the sky or whatever? I don't remember, but they have a catchphrase, right? When they get blown away. There it is. Team Rocket blasting off again. That's what it is. So that's what this is a reference to. Ned Kelly be like, we're blasting off again. That's exactly what it is. All right, boss time. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. You ready, Miria? Ready. Let's go. Wood Imp appeared. Oh, you know what? If I would have waited and grinded through one more level, I think Baxley has another special ability I could have learned before this fight. But that's okay. We're going to buff him. Bush Rangers. That's pretty cool. Is that like Power Rangers? Just kidding. Let's see what a buffed Spin Slash is like. Used sleep. Put Baxley to sleep, but Miria can't be put to sleep because she's wearing lingerie. I guess I'll buff myself. Ow. Dude, this guy's tough, actually. I'm gonna heal. Jeez. I should have leveled up one more time. We can beat him, though. Oh no! Miria died! Miria died. Maybe we can't beat him. Hold on. Dude, this guy is so tough. We gotta bring the health up too. I have 5 of these. I'm gonna muscle Baxley up again. Did he just heal himself? Son of a gun. Can't leave stream on an unhappy ending. Yes, makes sense. Can't fall asleep with wearing a scandalous outfit. Exactly. See, you get the logic. I do remember, though, if he heals himself too much, he does have a limit on his MP, so he can run out of MP pretty quick as well. So he'll we'll wear him down eventually. He killed Baxley, dude. Son of a gun. Oh no, I accidentally attacked him. This is not going well. Oh gosh, dude. If we do die, I'm gonna go back out and level up one more time before I fight him again. Haven't given up yet, though. Oh, I can't believe she lived through that. Woo! Okay, Miria just needs to be healing every round. That's the thing. One thing I must say, and it's most likely due to 3DS limitations, but the enemy sprites are rough. Yeah, dude, the enemy sprites are really rough. And I was saving, like, the cooler looking ones for later in the game. So you have some of the smaller basic ones. Like, they're almost basic enemy sprites as bosses at the beginning here. But there are some cooler ones a little bit later in the game that I kind of had to scatter them out, you know, because there were only so many. I think the 3DS version only had, like, 50 different enemy graphics. It was pretty bad. But yeah, man, not gonna lie, watching this inspires me. Need to draw some stuff today for sure. Dude, that's awesome. I love hearing that. Okay, please attack Miria and not Baxley. You know what? I'm not taking any more chances because I don't have any more cloud feathers or whatever they're called. So I gotta play it safe. Oh, thank you. One thing's for sure, if we can beat this dude, we are definitely both leveling up after this. Maybe I'll just defend one round for her. Baxley hasn't been countering this fight either. Spin slash again. Let's have her buff up Baxley again. Okay, we gotta heal next turn. Heal, heal, heal. No. Oh, nice. Okay. Baxley's gonna heal himself so he doesn't die. I'm burning through these apples, man. He healed himself again, but not much. I think he's almost out of MP. It's quite the formidable boss, I have to say. Dude, stop! He has to be out of MP now. I remember he could only heal a couple of times before he's depleted, so... Oh my gosh. If I were to recalibrate this game, I would definitely lower his MP a little bit. I think it's a little excessive for, like, the early bosses here. Or maybe lower its healing power is probably what I'd do. I'm gonna have her attack too. We gotta get this guy killed. Almost got him. Almost got him. Her magic is lasting a good long while, though. That's nice. Haha, he used sleep on Miria. Miria is not affected, boy. Finally. Her accessory paid off. We got him on the ropes. We got him on the ropes. Just don't heal again. One more attack and he's toast. One more. He healed again! Are you kidding me? He's still low. He's still low. As long as he doesn't do it again. He keeps... That's what it is. I remember now. If he hits a certain threshold of HP, he'll heal himself. But, again, he's got to be out of MP soon. He has to be. Nice! He wasted a turn on Miria, trying to put Miria to sleep again. I should have waited for my... There was another skill Baxley could have learned before this fight. I mentioned that already, but... Kicking myself. We could have had him down way quicker. I'm just fighting. I'm just fighting. Come on, Miria. Boom! Got him. You're dead. That was a good challenge. Baxley leveled up. Watch, I'll get the skill. I didn't. Did you have to level him up twice to get that? Holy crap. But I got a power glove and a sylph vial. You alright? Fine, we did it. Whoa, what's going on with the sword? I can feel energy moving within it. As I said, my power will grow with use. Hold me to the sky. The Guardian leveled up. Now we're talking. Before I can operate at a new level of power, you must bring me to a forge to finalize the change. Hopefully the rest of the journey to the capital won't be quite as eventful. The village of Gallet isn't too much farther. I think there's a forge there. Let's go. Lead the way. Okay. We are absolutely wrecked. I'm going to use a mushroom on Baxley. Can I use her special skill out of battle? I can. Not. Am I just out of magic? Oh yeah, she only has 1 MP, that's why. Oh! You can pick the herbs here. A purify herb. That was lucky, I didn't remember that at all. What does that do? A sanctified herb with purifying and decorative purposes. Cures poison. East, Village of Gallet. South, City of Parda. I have the power! Skyward Sword reference. Absolutely, dude. Power Glove. That's a Nintendo reference. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, I forgot about that. What does the Power Glove do? Speed Ring and a wood shield. I'm going to replace the Speed Ring with the Power Glove. Oh, yeah. It raises... Oh, just by 2, I guess. Thick, sturdy gloves that inspire a bout of fisticuffs. Strength +2. I love that. We're going to save it. Okay. Now I'm going to stay on the road. Here's the town we're supposed to go to next. But if you were curious and you're like, nah, I'm just going to go on to the capital, you end up here. And you are blocked. Good day, sir. So sorry, but I'm going to have to ask you to vacate the premises for the time being. What happened here? We've known this canyon to be a hazard for a while, and to tell you the truth, Queen Iona has even made plans to reinforce the rock here, but alas, a landslide occurred before we could get to it. Oh no, Baxley, what do we do now? We need to get to Parda on the double. Not to worry, miss. We should have the road cleared enough for passage soon. Oh well, all the more reason to head to Gallet and rest up. Come on, Miria. Let's move it, men! So that kind of what's the term? Blocks you from progressing. It forces you to go to the town first, right? Some dudes working on the... Here's how I made a landslide with the very limited graphics the 3DS offered. Just built hills, basically, with the geometry and put rubble around. I guess it's pretty convincing. That looks all right. I loved He-Man when I was little. Had lots of them action figures I got from flea markets. I also read the comics. Silly fun. Yeah, dude, I was a He-Man kid. I was pretty young, but I do remember He-Man and stuff. Yeah, He-Man's awesome. Man, I just want to keep playing it. This is a lot of fun, but we're going to go to the town and we'll save it. Turn it off. I'm going to save outside the town. Okay, how long does it have me playing for? Over 2 hours now of gameplay. I'd say we're about halfway through it. Maybe a little less. Trying to think. When you get to the capital, it's huge. It's gigantic. It's a gigantic city, and there's tons of side quests and stuff in there. Trying to think through the event. Yeah, there's quite a bit through. We're probably almost halfway. And it still feels like an opening. This is a cool game. Thanks, Jason. Yeah, and I like I said, I think the book outline, because I obviously had to change a lot of stuff, is even better. I really like where the book, like the magic system I invented and stuff went. I expanded on a lot of stuff, and it's a lot cooler. But yeah, this is a fun little RPG. I'm really proud of it. It was a lot of fun to build. A lot of fun to watch people play through. Not watch people play through, but see the ratings go up on the servers for RPG Maker Fes. It was fun to see. It was like rated 5 stars by hundreds of people, and it was fun. And I think in the end credits of the game, when you beat it, that's right, because it was right before the Nintendo servers shut down. So I basically posted it in a bunch of RPG Maker communities and said, hey, anybody that beats it by X date, there's a code in the end credits that you could submit to me. You guys know I love my giveaways. So I said, anybody that beats it by this date and emails me the code in the credits will go into a drawing for a raffle. I think it was another gaming gift card, actually, because I just wanted people to play it before the servers died forever. So I had no idea we'd be able to do this later. So this makes me happy. This makes me really happy. And I appreciate you guys humoring me, watching me play my own game. It's kind of tacky, but that's really fun. That's been really fun. This feels like halfway through disc 1 of 2. Yeah, totally. I agree with Jason, and your writing skills show the dialogue is believable and not cringy, you know? Oh, thanks, Bravo. I mean, it's meant to be a little cheesy, you know, because that's part of the charm of these old school RPGs, but it needs to be entertaining, it needs to be polished, it needs to be, you know, grammatically correct, I feel, to be enjoyable. I feel like it could have slipped into a 90s Super Nintendo cartridge, you know, and felt natural, but it's definitely purposefully meant to be a little bit, you know, hokey, a little bit just light and fun. You know, there's those fourth wall breaking moments and stuff. So, but I appreciate the compliments, you guys. Also, Jason, our super fan Jason. Also, Colby, we should do a team up for the Final Fantasy IX on your or my stream. I would love that. You know how limited my time is, though. I would hang out with you guys all day, every day if I could. I wish this was my full-time job. I would stream every day. I'd have videos coming out every week. But I love that idea, Jason. And in about 7 hours, that new video on my channel is going to go live. If any of you want to check it out, it's the Triple Triad video with the Final Fantasy VIII cards. So I'm really excited about it. I wonder if there is an RPG Maker Fest Discord. If there is, you should poke your head in and see what they all thought of it. That's actually one of the ones that the channel friend, that's where they found it, was in this Discord channel. So I joined the Discord as well. And I didn't really talk to anybody. I just sort of lurked in there, and I searched the Eye of Heaven, the name of my game, in the channel, and I pulled up a bunch of chats about it, and people were like, "Hey, have you tried this?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's actually pretty good." And I didn't get too far, but what I played, I really liked, and stuff like that. So it was fun. There was like some compliments in there and some nice things that people were saying. Nothing negative. Uh, but there was like 50 games that they had pulled in there, so there was a lot of stuff in there. So anyway, Zidane is pretty cringy. You think so? I think he's awesome. All right, John. Thanks for yeah, I do too. You're right. Thanks for hanging out though. Tucker with his Tonberries and Cactars. Those are Final Fantasy characters, Tucker, if you don't know. All right, folks. So we played that. I don't know if we'll do this again on Monday, if we'll continue this game. Maybe we will, just because I literally think we can beat it on the next stream. I'd be shocked if... Well, it's not going to take 2 more complete streams. I don't think. We can either beat it on the next one, or it'll be 2 max. And then it'll be done, and we can go back to the other games. So maybe we'll just plow through it while it's fresh. Because those other games are long, and they'll always be there. So we'll hit this back up on Monday and keep going. Until then, you guys have an awesome night. Awesome weekend. Enjoy your families. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy your time off if you have any. And just appreciate every one of you guys. Talk to you later. As usual, I'll be in the chat for a little while. For a couple minutes while I shut things down. But thanks, everybody. Peace out. Peace out.